what's that hole called? You guys know that.
Esophageal hiatus.
Yeah, so esophageal hiatus. So here comes the esophagus through there, and then it's going to go into what? The stomach. Very good. Now the stomach is going to be connected to the, well, to the small intestine. Now on this model, right here is the duodenum right here, okay, or the duodenum.
What's the jejunum?
The jejunum is the middle section of the small intestine, and that's going to be indicated here with this dark color, okay? And then the light color is called the ileum. All right. Okay, so this is the jejunum, is this darker color, and this lighter color is called the ileum. And the ileum is going to connect to the large intestine down here. And the first part of the large intestine is called the cecum. Okay. And then the cecum is going to be connected to this area. Does anybody know what that one's called?
This is the ascending?
Yes, the ascending colon. And that's because all the contents coming into the large intestine from the cecum is going to move or ascend up this colon, okay, this part of the colon. And then from the ascending, it's going to go through this one right here. Now, what's that one?
Transverse.
Transverse. Because the fecal matter is going to do what? Move transverse across the body. And then it's going to come down here, which is what?
Descending
The
colon.
descending colon. Now, when the descending colon starts to wind and it's actually going to come to the back, this part coming to the back, they show it better? Yeah, they're showing it here. What's that part called?
Is it the sigmoid?
This is the sigmoid colon, so think S when you think sigmoid, because the large intestine is actually forming like an S-like structure, and that's going to connect to the rectum, which will then have the opening called the anus or the anal canal. And that's its own little region, okay, the anal canal, which we kind of call the anus in short. And that one's hard to see back here because we've got the uterus in the way. See if I can get the uterus out. This is where it gets, no. Oh, I lost the baby. There's a baby in the uterus. Okay. All right, we lost the baby. What's that called?
A fetus.
No, when you lose a baby.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. All right, so this is trying to show you right here the end here. So this would be the rectum right there. Okay. All right, and then here's the anal canal. That's right here, and then we see the sphincter and stuff. Okay. Oh, look, they even put feces in there. Isn't that nice? Okay. All right, so that's on the torso, and like I said, in the lab practical, I could use the torso and like put a sticker right here, and what would you say that is?
Ascending.
Yes, very good. If I put a sticker here, what's that? No.
That's the pancreas.
That's the pancreas, that's right. Okay. What's this stuff?
The mesentery.
Yeah, the mesentery, very good.
Where's the appendix at?
Oh, the appendix. That's this area right here. Okay.
Okay.
It's a little, basically nodule that comes off the cecum. We'll talk more about what it does in the lecture. It's very easy to see the appendix here, can't we, in this model? So this model is a lot more straightforward. Do you need to know anything in terms of the oral area here? No, I don't think so. Okay. So no big oral area. Okay, so this is indicating the oral area right here. This is the pharynx. The pharynx is connected to the esophagus. The esophagus is connected to the stomach. And then in pink, they are specifically showing you the,
Duodenum.
yes, the duodenum or the duodenum. Very good. Now that's going to come through, and then this is the small intestine. On this model, it doesn't distinguish between the two regions other than the duodenum, which are
Jejunum.
the jejunum and the ileum, okay? We can't see the difference here. Now, the ileum is going to connect to the
Ascending. Oh no, the cecum.
To the cecum. Do I have on there you need to know the valves?
No, I don't.
Okay, you do need to know the valves in the cat. So the ileocecal valve is going to be right in here. Okay, so this is the cecum area right here. The cecum is connected to the ascending colon, okay? And then the ascending colon's connected to the transverse, and then we have the descending, and then we have the sigmoid, then we have the rectum, and then we have the anus. Okay, and this is the
Liver.
and what's this green thing back here?
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder. Okay, I think you guys got your digestive system down. All right, you also need to know the specific parts of the stomach. That will be directed toward the stomach model that's over there, which I think you guys could probably get, right? You want me to hold that up? All right. Stomach model. Okay, so what do we call this area right here that's connected to this gastroesophageal sphincter? Okay, this is going to be the cardiac region, right? Then what's this little bump over here? Fundus. What's this whole region right here? Body. What's this region right here? Pylorus. Okay. And what's all this foldy stuff? The rugae. Okay. Ooh, what's happening here? Can anybody guess? Yes, that's an ulcer. Yeah, they're showing you an ulcer in here. All right. Is that everything you need to know for the stomach? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last thing.
We don't need to know those sphincters.
It's not on, need to know, nope, not on here. You only are responsible for this for the lab practical. So there is no sphincters located on your lab handout.
So all this stuff is what's going to be on the lab practical? Okay.
I'm not going to ask you anything beyond this sheet on the lab practical, okay? And then there's not going to be a PowerPoint part to this lab practical, so this is not needed either, okay? So for the lab practical, I'm going to have some of these models. And I'm going to have stickers on the models that will basically say, what is this? Okay.
So do we need to know the valves?
You need to know the valves in the cat, but not on the models. Okay.
So not for the lab practical?
Well, the cats are going to be in the lab practical.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll have all the cats out with stuff pinned in the cats for the lab practical. So, all right, in addition to these models. All right, you need to know some tooth stuff. Does anybody want me to go through the tooth model kind of overview?
I do.
Can you hand me the tooth model? Since everybody's looking at me right here. Okay. My daughter's actually having oral surgery this weekend, or on Friday. That's why I've changed my office hours. Everybody got that announcement? Okay. So I'll be here from 11 to 2 today and a long time tomorrow night if you want to come by. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Okay, here's the tooth. Now, two important things. This area above the surface is called the, anybody know? The crown, yes. And everything below is called the root. Hey, you guys are good. Okay, so the part right here that's on the outside near the crown is the gingiva. Okay, so this is that area of tissue right there. Showing you the gingiva. Okay. And then, what do you need to know? The enamel. Where's the enamel?
The white part.
Yes, it's the outer white part, this area. Don't confuse that with the crown. The crown is the whole area. This white part is the enamel. Okay. What's this green stuff?
Dentin.
Yep, that's the dentin. Okay. Now this whole area inside the dentin is called the pulp cavity. That's where the nerves are found. Okay, this area in here, that's the pulp cavity. Okay, and then this white area is the mandible or maxilla. Okay, in this orientation, it's the what?
Mandible.
If I went like this, it'd be the.
Maxilla.
Okay, everybody got that? All right. I might try to trick you on the lab practical. So if I have it like this versus here, all right. Got that little tricky part?
Yeah.
Okay. Just orientation. Okay. All right. So yes, my daughter's having surgery because her tooth is like this in her gum.
Oh, that's
No. So we're gonna go in there, we're gonna put a little, this is the expensive part, they're putting a gold button on the back of her, it's her canine, actually. Her adult canine is like this in the gum. And they're gonna go on the back side and they're gonna put a button on there. And then they're gonna put a gold chain into her braces. And then the orthodontist is gonna take a link out. And that's gonna actually pull the tooth down, because it's in her maximal, okay, slowly with time so that it'll come out. That's the goal.
Sounds painful.
Sounds great.
No. It's $2,000, so please. I hope it just works as that is going on. And then the oral surgeon's like, well, these buttons do come off, which means it'll be like another $1,000 or so, because she's got to get anesthetic to put the button back on to come. So things you got to do for your kids. All right, I'm not going to lose her now. She's got gold in her mouth. All right, any other questions? Okay, you can use the remaining 5 minutes to go over the